there, and welcome to week 6 of the APUSH Boot Camp. We are going to go through the goals, the tasks, a little content preview, talk about the theme of the week, and give you your reminders. So this should feel a little bit like deja vu. This is going to be our third week looking at the same 3 objectives: environmental and other factors and the impact on British colonies, interactions with American Indians, and the causes and effects of slavery. So we are particularly looking at these 3 with looking at the Southern colonies. And now this week, our main skill of focus is going to be thesis statement. So our main goal or objective here is to make a historically defensive claim. You've got a few pages in AMSCO with just one chapter in Taylor, but an additional optional chapter. And then you're just going to continue your FBI notes, your Padlet post, and then continue your objectives and the graphic organizer, but looking at the Southern colonies here. So as always, I have a video on YouTube that dives into this content a lot. So please check that out if you feel a little unclear from the reading. But consider where the colony is located. Now, the British West Indies are also mentioned in the curriculum. So even though they aren't technically part of the Southern colonies, you could absolutely include information about the British West Indies when you're describing the Southern colonies. Consider the immigrants. Who are the typical immigrants? Consider gender, consider occupation, interactions with American Indians, and then, of course, the economic activity and labor systems. So this week, we are focusing on the theme of work, exchange, and technology. This theme focuses on the factors behind the development of systems of economic exchange, particularly the role of technology, economic markets, and government. The interplay between markets, private enterprise, labor, technology, and government policy shape the American economy. In turn, economic activity shapes society, and government policy drives technological innovation. So this is the concept that is most closely tied to the economic system in America. However, as you read this objective, you heard bits about the government and politics, and you also heard bits about society. And so there is still some crossplay here with what's going on with the economy. So this is one of our objectives that isn't as explicitly connected to as many lessons. It's obviously throughout the whole curriculum. However, there's fewer lessons that directly address it. And similar to a couple weeks ago, it's not as explicitly addressed in the early half of the curriculum. So with the first half of the curriculum, you're really going to be focusing on trade across the Atlantic Ocean, slavery, and then a big event called the Market Revolution. And so that's where we really see kind of the industrialization of the United States developing. So that's kind of it for the first half of the year. And then in the second half, there's a lot more. There's about capitalism, inventions, economic depressions, and economic growth. And interspersed in all of that is going to be the growth of technology and debates over the benefits and detriments of capitalism. So here are some guiding questions for you to consider with this theme. What were the causes and effects of transatlantic trade? How did labor systems develop and change over time? What is the role of government in the economy? That's especially true during the Great Depression. How do technological innovations impact society and economics? What were the causes of and effects of various cycles of economic growth and depression? And how have attitudes about industrial capitalism impacted government policy? So those are kind of your main things to consider throughout the year. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll feel super comfortable answering these essential questions. So as always, Padlet post by Wednesday, continue FBI notes, objectives, and your graphic organizer. I hope this is all helpful for you, and I look forward to meeting with you on Wednesday.